Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Highest Good Tarot. This reading is for Scorpio, and it will be a love reading. So, if you have Scorpio anywhere in your chart, this reading is for you. And we're going to start off with some love oracle cards just to kind of see what the theme is and what energy is coming through here for you, Scorpio. All right, Spirit, what do we have for Scorpio? What do they need to know? What is this video, this reading about for Scorpio? Okay, we have two cards that jumped here. You have the Sword in Rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. And you also have self-indulgence. Focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So, what I'm picking up for some of you, Scorpio, when it comes to your love and situation, some of you need to be in, I'm going to say you need to harness this solidarity and get clear on what it is you want. Some of you need to focus on yourself and self-worth. I feel like you need to first love yourself, get to know yourself, spend time with yourself, accept yourself. And then this will help you to be clear on what you want as far as how you want to be loved. And it will help you love someone else too. Because if you don't love yourself and you don't have that respect and self awareness and appreciation of yourself, how can you really appreciate someone else or what they have to offer you? And if you don't see the love and the character and all those qualities within yourself, how will you be able to identify those qualities in someone else? So this is a major thing. Some of you need to do shadow work, face yourself, face those things that you don't want to be revealed, face those things that you have hidden or you don't want to deal with, um, those not so good things that you don't want the world to see. And, you know, face it and accept that part of you too, because rather it's good or bad, rather we think, this is my good side, this is my bad side. It is all part of the one, the whole you. So you need to accept the light and the dark qualities of yourself because that's a part of you. And one doesn't need to be suppressed over the other, because when that happens, it causes an imbalance. It causes problem. So you want to try to do the shadow work and bring everything to a balance. Get clear. And then after you do the work on yourself, then you can open yourself up to attract a new love or attract a relationship. Okay? That's what I'm getting for you, Scorpio. Let's get a little more into it. Let's see what I'm being called to pull from. I'm getting called to pull from the power of love. And this is some more oracles. I don't have anything pre-planned, pre-shuffled for you guys, so we're just doing this together. I'm letting Spirit lead me for you all, Scorpio. Okay? I'm picking up on some youthful energy. So for some of you, this will be, you may be thinking about love. You're young and really maybe inexperienced, and this is something you want in your life now. Or there are some things that's coming up that you want to really deal with. All right, Spirit. What do we have, Scorpio? What do we have for Scorpio? What they need to know this time? for their highest good. Okay. You guys have trust. It says you have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. So some of you, you just need to trust yourself. Trust what's coming up within you because your soul knows what you need. So trust your intuition, okay? And I'm also feeling like that's part of the shadow work. Like some of you are being called, your soul is calling you to do the work and trust the process. And this is going to deepen a connection with self, okay? What else, Spirit? What else we have for Scorpio before we get into the tarot? Responsibility. It says, responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So that makes sense because, for the most of it, Scorpio, when it comes to love, you all are really either you go all in or you don't go in at all. Okay, you you're the type that if someone y'all hold a grudge, I know that. And so I think you are very calculated on what you express towards someone because you're not going to go all in and show someone the whole you, the real you, unless you feel like they are deserving of it. And then it's hard for you to feel like someone deserves, your love, your expression, because you're very guided. I feel like Scorpio for a lot of you. So you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. And for the most part, you don't express love. You keep a person guessing or on their toes and kind of in the dark about how do this Scorpio really feel about me? I feel like people don't know really how to take you. At the bottom of the deck, you have tolerance. You appreciate other points of views because you sense the love in everyone. Okay, I feel like some of you, you have a low tolerance when it comes to certain things, but you appreciate somebody giving their point of view, their opinion. And some of you, Scorpio, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay, you try to sense the love in others. And then I feel like sensing the love in others is on two different things. When it comes to relationships or a partner, you are mainly guided, but when it comes to just love in general and into people, I think you're more sensitive toward that. You sense the love you of other people and in different situations. And I feel like you can look at someone else's love, their relationship or their situationship, and you can have more, I think, understanding or a more sensitive approach to someone else's. But when it comes to you, that's a whole different thing. It's what I'm picking up. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I don't know if I said that right, but from the outside looking into someone else's, you got a strong point of view and you can appreciate someone else's point of view. But when it comes to your own life or your own love life or situation, you're kind of like, oh, wait a minute now. You have low tolerance. And that's for some of you, Scorpio. So we're going to get on into the tarot and see what we can get coming out for you guys. So we're going to use the Gilded Tarot. And let's just see what's the situation here. All right, Spirit. What is Scorpio? I was about to say Taurus. So some of you may be dealing with a Taurus or you have Taurus in your chart somewhere. doesn't have to be, but all right. So the first card, before I can really get into it, Four of Pentacles want to come out. So with the Four of Pentacles, I feel like uh, for a lot of you, Scorpio, it's all about your security, holding on to that sense of self, making sure that no one overstep their boundaries, or you don't give too much of yourself to someone else. You're protecting your heart, you're protecting what you hold value to yourself. you know what else we have? Scorpio, what's going on here, Spirit? Okay, you also have the Devil here, and you have the Fool. So I feel like there's an old pattern, there's a pattern here. Some of you may be having addictive behavior, and some of those behavior may not be for the best. Some of it is just you. I'm hearing coping mechanism. Some of you use things to cope with, and you may use it inaccessibly. Like some of you say you smoke or you vape because that relieves the stress, or you drink because you feel a type of way. Or some of you may shop, or and some of you may go to the gym. It's just whatever it is that you may be doing. I feel like some of you may be doing it in a way that is not, that beneficial for you, but that's your coping mechanism. And then you have the Fool. And I feel like this is because, Scorpio, some of you are ready to take a leap of faith. You're ready to do something different. And those of you who are not, you're being called to. You're being called to trust the process, to take the leap of faith, to go in deeper to yourself, get to know yourself, do the shadow work. And when you're ready, take that leap of faith toward open the door, opening yourself up to, find a love, or for someone who is seeking love from you. Open up the door to let them come in. All right, take the leap of faith. What else do we have for Scorpio? We have one that flew out here. The Magician. See, you guys have gotten, three major arcanas here. You are the magician. You can transform and make anything turn out the way that you want it. You can change a situation. You can manifest what you want. You are the magician. You have what it takes. So there's really nothing holding you back from taking this leap of faith and to make these changes, okay? What else do we have? And then we're going to do some clarifying. You have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, some of you hold that position. It's time for you to take action, okay? Inspired action. Going exactly, going for what you want. What else do we have? I'm also getting that with this Queen of Wands, it is time for you to, put your foot down and take action. Quit stalling. Quit holding yourself up. All right? Yeah, because there's also, you got the Five of Cups here, which is like crying over spilled milk and thinking. Some of you may have had experienced something that, it wasn't the best experience for you, and you're still stuck on that, and it's kind of keeping you from moving forward. It's keeping you from taking the leap of faith. But you need to let that go and not necessarily dwell on it, because all is not lost. With the Five of Cups, you notice that there is three cups on the ground, but there's two that's upright, and it's behind that person. Like, they're not even focusing on those two cups. They're just focusing on what was lost. So I feel like if some of you Scorpio have lost in a relationship or love, as far as a breakup or had some type of bad experience, you need to let that go and put that behind you and look and realize that not all is lost. What are you going to do with those two cups you got behind you? I feel like for some of you, you are being guarded. That's you being guarded. You don't want nobody to see those cups, and you don't want to pour those cups into anyone. It's like, I don't want to give these emotions away. I don't want to give this love away because when I did, look what happened. So a lot of you need to release it. Yeah. I looked at the bottom of the deck here and there's the Three of Swords. So a lot of you have experienced some loss and some, maybe it had been some manipulation, some third party situation or some kind of sacrifice, but you definitely felt some hurt and loss here. And that's why you are guarded and really trying to protect yourself. So we're going to get some clarification here. What do they need to know for their highest good? Please and thank you. And get these cards ready. I think what I'm going to clarify first is the Four of Pentacles. So let's see. What's the Four of Pentacles here? Why is Scorpio being really guarded? All right. The Fool. And you have the Fool in reverse. And this talks about force, gaiety, and inflexibility, chaos, imbalance, overwhelmed, disorganized. So I feel like you're not sure. Okay. You you're trying to hold on to what you have because you ain't trying to risk nothing. You're not trying to juggle anything um, and risk being overwhelmed or something happening that you do not want to happen. And for some of you, I'm getting, you don't want to lose control because you want to have control of the situation. And when it's like leaving something up for grab, that's not the way for you, Scorpio. You feel like, I got to be on top of it. I got to be sure I'm in protective mode. So I don't want this in limbo type of shit. Is what I'm hearing for you, Scorpio. So let's clarify the devil. Why is the devil here? Excuse me, y'all. Why is the devil here? Everything wants to fly backward. Okay. You have, let me make sure I got these cards up right. I do, but they keep coming out in reverse. So you have the Ace of Swords in reverse, and it says tyranny, disaster, self-destruction, chaos, weakness, lack of clarity. And that's exactly what I was saying to some of you when I said you may have some addictive behaviors or some patterns that you do for coping mechanism. All right. And it may not be the best thing for you. And it's causing that self-destruction and kind of chaotic. Because if you overindulging in alcohol and drugs, and it's going to have you to act a type of way or to be chaotic or, just headed off in the wrong direction. So that's why the devil is here. Let's see, what is this? The Fool. Let's clarify the Fool. Let's clarify the Fool. Yep, the Fool you have. Clarifying the Fool, you have the Two of Swords. So it says, listen to your inner voice when making choices. Stalling, indecision, strength through suffering, peace restored, stalemate. Some of you have been in this energy, not knowing which way to go. You come to a stalemate, not taking action. But the Fool is here encouraging you to take a leap of faith. Okay? Take a leap of faith, move to something new. Don't stay stuck suffering. All right? And we're going to clarify, I think, the Queen of Wands. And Yeah, the Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands here for Scorpio? Finally, you have celebrate your success with those you care about. You have the Three of Cups. Support, sharing, celebration, problem resolution, gladness, bounty, joy, friendship, society. And that's confirming what I was saying with this Queen of Wands. It's time for you to take action, pursue what it is that you want. You have the power to do so. It's up to you to do it. And that's getting back out here. That's having fun, celebrating your successes with those you care about, solving your own problems, being glad, being joyful, taking action, inspired action. It's going to be a successful thing for you. It's going to bring you lots of happiness. Let's see here. We want to clarify the Five of Cups. Why is the Five of Cups here? Why is the Five of Cups here for Scorpio? What are they crying over that spilled milk? Okay, you are being encouraged with this Three of Wands to believe in your personal power. Okay, justice, boldness, dominion, decision, planning, first steps. Okay, you're being told over and over again here, Scorpio, to believe in your power. You have the magician here. You can do a lot of things. Believe in yourself. Be bold, okay? Make those first steps. Plan, decision, make those steps. And that's just like the fool taking that leap of faith here. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. That's the Three of Swords here. You have strength. It says you don't know your own strength until it's tested. So, self-assurance, confidence, passion, resilience, courage, inner power. I'm getting with this. What don't kill you make you stronger. You may have suffered some kind of loss or hurt, betrayal, manipulation, but that only made you stronger. That was a test for you to show you your own strength. Because if it wouldn't have happened, you wouldn't know your own strength. Okay, you wouldn't know that you have the courage, the willpower, the all that you need to change a situation. Where is that magician? Where is that magician card? I covered it up. Yeah, right here. You wouldn't know that you can get through anything and you can come on top. You can make it what you want. If you had not have went through that situation, it was only here as a test to show you your own strength, your own work, your own ability. So now you need to take that and move toward it. What don't kill you make you stronger. Hey, and if you got through one, you can get through another. There were some lessons to be learned there to build you up a higher, to let you go a step further. Because I didn't face some adversity and that didn't harm me. I made it through that. So you should know that you are stronger than you think. All right. So we're gonna get some final messages because for a lot of you, Scorpio, it's time for you to do the work. And for some of you, it's time for you to take that leap of faith. You're ready to see what love brings for you. All right. Let's get some final messages. I am being called to pull from the angels answers. So I feel like some of you, Scorpio, you have an answer. You have questions that you may want answering. So if you want, you can pause this video and ask your questions. I'm going to pull 4. So if you want to pause the video and kind of think about your questions and then come back, we're going to get the answers. All right. Spirit. What do we have for Scorpio? Angel answers. Answer any questions that may be on the mind of Scorpio. All right. What do they need to know? The first question for Scorpio. What do we have, Spirit? What is the answer to the first question for Scorpio? Answer to number one. You have the situation will improve. So the answer to question number one, Scorpio, is the situation will improve. All right. And what is the answer to the second question for Scorpio? What's the answer to the second question for Scorpio? You are being guided to look for a sign. So some of you, your answers are being answered. You just have to look for a sign. All right. That is the second answer to the question. Look for a sign. What is the third question? What is the answer to the third question for Scorpio? What is the answer to the third question for Scorpio Spirit? What's the answer to the third question there? Okay, for this one you have two. So number three, you have no need to worry, and you have within the next few weeks. So for the third question that you may have, Scorpio, no need to worry within the next few weeks. So that is your third question. And then for the fourth question for Scorpio, what do we have for the fourth question for Scorpio? What's the answer to the fourth question for Scorpio? Please and thank you. What do we have here, Spirit? The fourth question for Scorpio. I'm sorry if y'all hear the noise outside. It's the garbage pickup truck. It's right here outside the window. All right, Spirit, what do we have for the fourth question for Scorpio? I need to know, what is the answer to the fourth and final question for Scorpio? What's the answer? This must be a tough one. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's a tough one because you have two. And I'm also feeling, I'm hearing that I need to read the meaning to these. So we're going to go a little further with this. But the fourth question, it says compromise. And then also you have communicate clearly. So that's why it was taking a long time to get. So some of you may be having some type of confusion around a situation, and there is some compromise that need to happen. And you need to get clear, communicate clearly. So we're going to take this a step further because Spirit is telling me to read from here. So we're going to read from the book because Scorpio, you need some more clarity, okay, with this. The first question, the answer was the situation will improve. So let's see here. The situation will improve. It says, your angels want you to know that they are aware that things look difficult right now. However, the situation is going to improve. It may take some time, and there will most likely be some hard work ahead of you. But the effort you put forth will be worth it, and things are going to get better. Now is not the time to give up on wounded friendships or ailing relationships. There is still hope for the future. Take heart and continue to work toward a partnership where both parties are fulfilled and happy in the future. So, Scorpio, take that in mind. The situation will improve, but it requires some work. And for some of you, it is that shadow work, that self reflection, and all of those things. Okay. Now, the second question, you all, your answer was look for a sign. So let's see what it says. It says, your angels have a very special and specific answer to your question. You can expect to see signs right away that will have deep meaning to you. Many people see white feathers to indicate that their angels are with them, or they may smell scents from their childhood that they connect with a family member. Signs require focused attention, so be awake to the possibilities. So be awake to the possibilities. Don't mistake synchronistic events for mere coincidence at this time. They are a message especially designed for you. So this is important, Scorpio. A lot of you pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to the scents that you smell that reminds you of someone or childhood. Look for feathers. You may find feathers, you may find pennies, you may see a bird, you may hear a song on the radio. Look for signs because your angels have a specific answer to your question. So it's important to you be aware, pay attention, and not think it's just a coincidence, okay? That's going to be your sign. All right. So then we also, for the third question, Scorpio, you had no need to worry within the next few weeks. So we're going to look at no need to worry. Then it says, your worries and concerns regarding your questions are unnecessary. Your angels have the situation well in hand, and everything is going to turn out perfectly. Obsessing over this subject isn't helpful. The energy of fear and worry only slows the eventual manifestation of your desire. Let me read that again. The energy of fear and worry only slows the eventual manifesting of your desires. Visualize loving and happy outcomes and keep your thoughts positive. Very soon, you will wonder why you were worrying about this at all. Okay? No need to worry, Scorpio. And the second part of that question was within the next few weeks. So let's see what's you can expect within the next few weeks. What you ask about will happen this month or sooner. What you ask about will happen this month or soon thereafter. Your patience is rewarded. So there's no need to worry, Scorpio, because within the next few weeks or soon after, you're going to be rewarded for you having patience. It says your patience is rewarded. So don't worry, okay? Just have a little patience. You're going to find out the answer soon, okay? And the last question, the last answer for question number 4, communicate clearly, compromise. So we're going to look at communicate clearly. It says this situation requires very precise and careful communication. Don't assume that others involved understand what you want or need from them. In-person discussions are preferable, but if that's not possible, make sure that your communication method is very thorough. Okay? This card can indicate that there has been a miscommunication that is creating a challenge for the parties involved. By clearing up any misunderstandings, you can heal the situation so that everyone can start moving forward again. I'm feeling a need to read this again. Communicate clearly. The situation requires very precise and careful communication. Don't assume that others involved understand what you want or need from them. In-person discussions are preferable, But if that's not possible, make sure that you communicate, that your communication method is very thorough. This card can indicate that there has been a miscommunication that is creating a challenge for the parties involved. By clearing up any misunderstandings, you can heal the situation so that everyone can start moving forward again. And these, you have both communicate clearly and compromise, and they are right beside each other in the book. So they come one in hand in hand. In order to create a happy outcome for this situation, you will find it necessary to compromise. Allow yourself some time to become clear about what is truly important to you. Also, take note of matters where you would be open to changing your position. Work toward an agreement where everyone wins. Be open to cooperation that would allow you to get what you need while also assisting others in fulfilling their desires. Be objective about finding a balance between respecting everyone else's viewpoints and still being true to your own. So you, Scorpio, spirit is, these angels are giving you some specific guidance and some specific answers. So pay attention. Okay, apply these where it's needed. You wanted some answers, and angels are giving you some answers. So I'm feeling called for the last and final messages are from Guardian Angel. I'm going to pull it from the Guardian Angel cards for you, Scorpio. I'm going to pull some final messages, and then I'm going to let you go. So we have connecting with the Guardian Angels. What does Scorpio need here, my Scorpions, regarding love? What kind of advice, what kind of guidance, Guardian Angels, do you have for Scorpions? Okay, we have 3 that already hit the floor, and we have 4. And all of them went straight to the ground. Give me a minute to pick them up. They jumped out of here. Didn't take any time. Didn't waste any time. Actually, you have 5 here. Yep. Oh, that's the instruction card. So you do have 4. So this came out, the instruction card came out for a purpose, because it says, ask the question, then pick 1 or more cards to receive your answers from your guardian angels. All right. So it says, included in this deck are 5 prayer cards. If you pick a prayer card, please do not discount it, as they are some of the most powerful cards in the deck. Have faith as you lovingly communicate with the guardian angels, and know that no request goes unanswered. So nothing is coincidence. Okay, I was feeling drawn to pull from the angel answers because a lot of you Scorpions have questions. And then for the last final message, I was feeling called to pull from the guardian angels. And then the instruction card on how to use the deck is saying about asking more questions. So if you guys want more questions or more clarifications here, I'm going to read these one by one so you can apply them. All right. There's 4 more cards for 4 more questions. All right. This is specific. This is no coincidence. So you can use this in 2 ways to be more clarification to those questions that you already answered. So the first one, if you want to use it as clarification to the first question that you previously asked, you can use it toward that, or you can have asked 4 more new questions. Either way it goes, here's the first. Jewel. Every event in life presents us with a new opportunity to experience ever greater love. There is a jewel to be found within every teardrop. Trust. We, your angels, are guiding the current events. This is a time in which you and those close to you will emerge, strengthened by ever greater bounds of love. Trust. There's nothing to fear. There is only love. Okay. Question 2. Judgment. Let go of your fear of being judged. You are good enough. It's time to release all that you have kept safely locked away in your heart. Your true essence and potential have been restricted by structure and method for long enough. There is no right or wrong way. Just be you. Just be you, okay? Third question. Okay, the third is about the author. So, there's actually only four. I mean, only three, but I can pull another to make it four, okay? Intuition, the third one. Trust your intuition and know that what seems logical may not necessarily be right. The answers to your question lies inside your heart. Endless possibilities exist for you. Stop trying to work it all out and feel your way through. We, your angels, will guide you. Trust your feelings. What feels right is right. So this is like the second card that specifically says trust your intuition, even though there have been other messages that is relying on you or that is telling you to trust yourself, trust what you feel. So some of you need to pay attention to your intuition. And Scorpio, you are water energy. You are very intuitive, very spiritual. So trust your emotion, trust your intuition, trust your soul. At the beginning of this reading, it was you had about a connecting with your soul calling and trusting what is coming up. And here it is again. So that's an important message for you, Scorpio. And the last, we're going to put one last final card for the fourth question here for Scorpio. What do we have, Spirit? What's the last and final message for Scorpio? All right. And it is a prayer. So listen carefully. Dear guardian angel, help me dissolve past guilt or regret. Help me to see that all is always in perfect and divine order. Help me to let go of the fear that I project on my future. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and feel your eternal love within and around me. Help me to realize and fulfill my true potential. Thank you. Wow, this is a powerful prayer. This has given me chills because I don't want to dwell on this, but Scorpio, for you who have been hurt and with that five, what was that, 5 of cups there when you was crying over spilled milk and really holding on to that. Some of you are you're holding yourself up, you're holding yourself back because you're too much in the past and you need to release that fear, that guilt, that pain, that whatever. And you need to take that leap of faith in a new beginning. I'm going to read this prayer again. And you need to repeat this prayer, you guys. Pause it and say this with your heart, okay? Dear angel, dear guardian angel, help me dissolve past guilt or regret. Help me to see that all is always in perfect and divine order. Help me to let go of the fear that I project on my future. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and feel your eternal love within and around me. Help me to realize and fulfill my true potential. Thank you. So I hope, Scorpions, that you have gotten something from this reading. I feel like it was necessary for some of you guys, for all of you guys. Let me just keep it real. It wouldn't be here if it wasn't. You wouldn't be here looking at this reading if it was not for you. So I hope that you will apply it and move forward, okay? I love you guys. And until next time, thank you all for stopping by. I'm sending you lots of love and high life vibes.